Hello, my name is Michele Harrison. I'm a physical therapist. I've been doing Zoom classes for the Rocky Mountain MS Center for a few years now. And we are going to be, we are recording this one in the season of autumn, of fall. And so our format will be, we'll do a little Qigong for mindfulness and stress management. Then we'll do strength, cardio, and stretching, where I'm going to use bands as well as weights. So we could use either or both, depending on what you want to do. Just a little background here on the metal element. The metal element in traditional Chinese medicine is associated with autumn because there's 5 elements, right? It plays a crucial role in traditional Chinese medicine philosophy, governing the functions of the lungs and large intestine, which are the organs for the season of fall. It is linked with the process of letting go and refinement, kind of defining ourselves. Understanding the metal element and its influence on your health and emotions can guide you toward greater physical, emotional, spiritual well-being. So the metal element is about purification, structure, and boundaries. It represents the ability to discern what is valuable and what must be released. Just as autumn is the season when trees shed their leaves in preparation for winter, metal teaches us about the importance of letting go, refining what is essential, and creating space for new growth. So I thought that was some nice thoughts on things to maybe work on during the fall season. And I mean, you can work on any aspect of traditional Chinese medicine, the organs or the elements at any point in time. But it's just kind of, as we roll through the seasons, we kind of, we have different kind of focus as we move through the seasons. So this Qigong routine is for the metal element itself. We're going to start with our hands on the lower dantian area. Taking a few breaths, steadying ourselves, centering. Taking a moment to be present and in the moment. Our first move is called clearing, filling, and sealing. So kind of like the opening exercise that we've done. So we're going to have our hands out to the side. We're going to gather what you need to release. Take a breath in. And when your hands are overhead, start clearing whatever it is you need to release. Scoot back so you can see my arms. Take a breath in. Hands overhead, being able to release. Breath out. The next time you raise your hands, you're going to have a different intention. We're going to try and gather inspiration, healthy intentions, courage, and dignity, and try and bring those things down into your body. Fill yourself with these qualities, because these are the qualities of metal when it's in balance. Being able to clear what you need to or release what you need to is a powerful quality of metal. And this is also when the metal element is balanced. Qigong is all about balance. Now you're going to gather what you just filled yourself with: inspiration, courage, dignity, strength, even the ability to let go of something. And seal these qualities into your body. The emotion attached with the metal element is grief. So it's good to have balanced metal element. Bringing both hands over the lower dantian area again, holding for a moment. Feeling what you just cleared, what you just filled and sealed yourself with. The next movement is called opening and closing the gate. So we're going to bring our hands up to about shoulder level. Fingertips are pointing up. And again, I'm going to move this back just a little. And what we're going to do is you're going to bring your hands back, kind of arching the back, looking up. That's opening the gate. Now we're going to shut the gate. You're going to, through the upper chest, not the low back area, we're going to bring the backs of the hands together, lean forward, breathing out. Now we're going to open the gate again. Breath in. Breath out. Kind of focus on the upper back and chest, trying not to do so much of the movement with the low back, right? Protecting the low back there. Backs of the hands are together. This strengthens the lungs. And this is important because our lungs are our first line of defense against things like infections and pathogens, right? Where we breathe. Open the gate, shut the gate. This will be our last one. Lowering your hands down to center. The next move is called touch the sea, look at the sky. So we're going to get into a lunge position called the archer's stance. And I'm going to show this to you standing to start, and then I'll show you the seated activity. So we're going to be in the lunge or the archer's stance. We're going to bring our hands, we're going to bring them down to that front leg. We're going to cross our arms. Now we're going to lift all the way back. So all the way back. Breath in. So this is look at the sky. And then we reach forward to touch the sea, right? So we're circling and your arms are in a constant motion, right? They circle down, they cross, they bring up. This stimulates inspiration, letting go. This helps strengthen the back and the legs, right? Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling stable on your feet. Gosh, we work strength, we work legs, we work core. Keep your core engaged. One more. We're going to do the other side. And on the other side, I can show you this seated. So we'll have our lunge stance. Right? We're going to reach down, cross, come back, open. This helps stimulate lungs and large intestine, the organs that come along with the metal element. Last one. And then we come back to the ready position, feeling all the stimulation that you're getting. You're getting rid of stagnant energy in the belly, in the chest area. We're going to do one opening exercise, gathering all the things you need, releasing what you don't need. Our last activity today is going to be, it's called Tiger Qigong. And this is tiger climbing the mountain. So the way we do this, we make our fingers into little tiger claws, right? And we have one hand's back, one hand's forward, or it's going to circle forward like you're climbing onto something, right? And then the other side. Now, while we do this, we're going to, with the opposite foot, as we're bringing that hand forward, we step forward and back. Now the other side, step forward and back. You can actually do this as a walking practice, right? If you have room, or you can do it stationary as we're doing. So you could do it seated or standing. So stepping forward and back. They said, be cat-like when you're doing this. You can walk, but most of all, have fun. Step forward and back. Step forward and back. One more time each side. And I think we've got ourselves almost warmed up for our exercise. Good. All right, that's where we're going to leave off in that routine today. We're going to do some work with weights and with bands today. So let's start just with weights. And what I want to work on is kind of a kick and a punch. And hopefully your knee doesn't crack like mine does. And again, you could do arms, you could do legs, you could alternate, or you can do both. or you could do one side at a time. Again, lots of options here, right? We could do just one side, right? Or opposite, and then switch. Let's do a little bit of a march. You can lift your leg, go up on your toes. Let's do a circle. And again, you could do one arm, you could do no weight, right? If this feels like a whole lot of resistance, you could do it with no weights, right? Could set them down. If your arms get tired with the weights after a while, you can do the movement without and use the weight of your arms as resistance. Look good, looking good. Here, let's do a circle. Let's go the other direction. Make sure you take rest breaks as you need to. And the pace. If I'm going too slow, you can go faster. If I'm going too fast, you can go slower. All righty. Let's put our weights down. If you have a band available, hopefully it's a longer one. The longer band allows you to do some different things with your legs and with your arms here. Okay. So what we're going to do now is let's do a march, but we're going to lift up. Make sure you're breathing, drinking plenty of fluids, staying cool while you're exercising so you don't get overheated. Pick your pace. Make this your workout. Let's switch sides. Up and down. Up and down. When you do this, I'd like for you, if you have the band, I'd like for you to think about keeping your thumb pointing up, not down. It helps your shoulder there. The other hand, stabilize here. And you want to have just enough tension in the band that's not like real slack, real tight, right? So kind of just a little bit of tension there, up, up, and down. How are we doing? Now, let's do a different motion. Let's go out and in. And we could do the legs the same, or we could do it opposite. Pull out, legs together, legs out, hands closer. Yeah, we could do one side at a time, right? Trying to feel pull in between the shoulder blades, right? If you want more tension, you can walk in closer on the band, right? Out, in. Now, let's change that band. So now let's put it around the legs. I'm gonna cross it, right? So I have just a little bit of tension. Now, if you feel like you don't want tension on the band, that's fine. Or on your legs, that it's just challenging enough to do it without, then that's great. So we're going to pull out. Again, we could do arms, legs, or both. We could do one side at a time, right? If you're sitting away from the chair back, you're already working those abs, right? Working that core to be stable. Five, four, three, two, one. All righty, good job. Now, let's do this. We're going to hold one arm out in front. We're going to pull back with the shoulder, trying to keep the elbow fairly straight, right? So let's try and step back and forward. Step back and forward. We could do this sideways as I'm doing, or we could do it back this direction, right? So step back under the chair. Let me see. So this arm's staying pretty stable. And if you've been doing this, you're like, oh, we're working both arms. That's right. Even though you're only moving the one, you're working both. Let's trade sides. Okay. One to the back. Right. Again, working both arms. Kind of tricky, huh? Because you're stabilizing with this hand in front, pulling to the back with the other arm. Remembering to breathe. Take rest breaks whenever you need to. And again, you could do that forward, right? Stepping back, holding here. All right, let's put the bands down. Let's do a little shuffle here. So we're going to punch out in front. You can use weights, no weights. Boxer shuffle here. If you can't get your legs to shift side to side, you could work the upper body, right? Now, let's do a hook out and around, out and around. Boom, boom, to the side. And again, you could do just arms. You do it weights, no weights. Feel your breath pattern changing. Your heart rate is coming up. So, good job. Keep working side to side. If this movement doesn't work for you, you could just do a march. That's up to you. Let's do a little jogging. We're in Colorado, and it really has been a beautiful autumn so far. Trees are turning. People are heading to the mountains to see all the leaves. I have just noticed a little more. I drove down to Castle Rock, about 20 miles south of Denver. And as you drive down into that valley, to see kind of the green of the valley, but with some of the yellow, some of the trees still green, but the little dots of red. That's something you don't see quite so much here as you do when you're back east, maybe Midwest, with the difference in trees. Looking good. So maybe we go out for a little walk or a stroll or a jog to just enjoy, you know, the leaves as they're changing and falling. Haven't had a frost yet. Getting close, I think, for Denver. So still having flowers bloom, which is crazy. I noticed this morning my snapdragon decided it needed to bloom again. It's like you're a little confused now. Now, let's do some sit-ups. We will do a little bit with the arms and the cans or weights. We'll do a few with the band if you would like to join me. What we're going to try to do is we're going to loop the band around the back of the chair here and kind of bring it up towards the top of the chair, not the bottom. You're going to be scooted forward on your chair so that you're not touching. And what we're going to do, hopefully your band's long enough to do this, you can lean forward and then lean back. And kind of trying to make sure you don't just snap back, right? You're controlling it forward and back, forward and back. Remembering to breathe. Five, four, three. And as you go back, you're bringing your ribs down to your pelvis, right? We're not arching our backs. Two. Last one. Okay. We'll put the band down. Transition back to the weights if you want to use them. And what we're going to do is you'll have your hands either on your chest, genie arms, or up, okay? And we're going to try to go opposite elbow, opposite knee. If you wanted, you could use the band and do a movement like this as well. If your arms get tired, right? Bring your arms down. We're really trying to work abs. Now we're working the obliques to help you turn side to side. If you can't lift your leg up, go down to your knee. All working the abs. Remember to breathe. We'll do 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Last one. Good. All right. Now, we're going to lean back halfway, and you're going to lean back so that if just sitting up away from the chair back is workout and holding while you do some arm movements, that's great. Let's work at that activity. So if you can sit up, but then lean back so that your abs feel like if you didn't engage them, you're bringing your ribs down to your pelvis, right? You would fall backwards. And what we're going to work on is doing a kick and punch. Holding steady with the back. If you feel yourself straining a lot with your neck, try to make the focus between the ribs and the pelvis. Weights, no weights, you can put the weights down, right? Punch out to the side. Do you feel the different sides of your abs turning on as you change the arm motion? Stabilizing so you're holding still with the trunk. Looking good. All right. We're going to do some standing now. If you're going to stand, grab a chair, walker, counter, dresser, table, whatever makes you feel steady and safe. If you're going to stay seated, let's work because we're all, whether we're seated or standing, going to work quads. And we're going to work buns. So we're going to try and do a kick, kick, squeeze your buns and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, or pressing down with the legs, right? So we're tightening the thighs, squeezing the buns, hold for 5 to 10. If you get tired of the standing activity, you can go to a seated activity. So let's start with, let's just do a basic squat. Tightening the thighs, squeezing the buns as you're lifting. Holding on as you need to for safety. Do a squat, leg lift to the back. Squat, leg lift to the back. Trying not to do this so much, right? Down. And again, if you don't feel safe doing the leg lift, continue the squat. And you could just think about pinching the buns, right? And then squeeze. You could just hold. Again, working buns, quads, whether you're seated or standing. If you get tired, well, let's go and do a few rocket launches. Because whether you're seated or standing, we know rocket launches are difficult. Because it's this area between sitting and getting partially all the way up, right? And that in-between position that's hard sometimes for people to generate that power. So we know that these are hard to do. Lean forward, push, right? That's where people sometimes have difficulty generating that power right there. Push into your feet, lift. 5, 4, 3. Trying to use your legs, not your arms so much. 2. And 1. Good. All right. it is time to stretch. So if you're going to use a footstool, trash can, or box, please grab it. Now, make sure you have your belt. We're going to start with our figure 4 stretch. Or we cross one leg over the other. Sitting up tall, hinging forward at the hip till we feel a stretch in the side of the thigh, up in the bun, low back area. And then, if we can, we're going to draw a circle. If you wear a brace and you can't do this circle because of the brace, do it when you get your brace off later in the day. When you take your brace off. And again, shouldn't feel a whole lot of torque or twist in the knee. If you do, you can always put your foot down on something lower and lean forward so you feel it more here, not here. Switch legs. And again, feeling the stretch along the side of the thigh, the bun, maybe low back area. Good. The next stretches you can do with footstool, trash can, or box, or without. If you do it without, you have to just scoot further forward, lean a little more forward to do this. Where I'll put my foot at an angle here. We're gonna, so you can see knee is flat, heels down, toe is pointing up. We're gonna try and sit up tall and hinge at the hip. Again, if you curl down, you can try it. You're not going to feel as much as if you sit up tall and then lean forward. And the belt can help so your foot doesn't roll in or out, or your knee. Feeling a pull from the buns down to the knee. Meet your hamstrings. Now, let's put the belt around the ball of the foot. Now we're going to pull back till you feel a stretch in the back of the lower leg, right? In the calf here. And again, the belt helps so your foot doesn't roll in or out. It comes straight up the shin. And you may feel it all the way down your leg, but you certainly will once we pull the foot back and then you lean forward. Feeling it all the way down the back side of the leg. From the high knee to the knee, knee down to the ankle, maybe in the foot. Let's do the same stretches. Again, your foot will be straight in front of you. I'm going at an angle just so you can see my leg better in the screen. Heels down, toes up, knee is flat, hinging forward at the hip. Feeling, we're going to do the same 3 stretches again. Feeling the pull in the back of the thigh, that's your hamstring. Using the belt to either initiate that stretch, that forward bend, or to increase stretch. Let's put the belt around the ball of the foot. pull back till you feel stretch in the lower leg or the calf. You may feel it all the way down your leg, but you certainly will when you pull back on the toe, and then you lean forward. You'll feel all the way from the high knee to the knee to the ankle, into the foot. If your lower legs and calves and stuff are tight, your foot will be tight because most of the muscles that run your feet are in your lower leg. Good. All right, let's loose Phil. We're going to bring our footstool trash can or box to the side. If you're using it, let's do a side bend. So we're going to reach down to the floor, hand up over our head, getting a stretch from your armpit all the way down through the hip. Good job. If you need to, you can bring the hand over. Let's do the other side. Reach to the floor or hold on to a chair, coffee table, whatever you have to help stabilize you, to make you feel safe. Come up. Good job. Let's do a twist. So you're going to reach to one thigh, reach to the back of the chair, turn and look over your shoulder. Let's go to the other side. Reach to the other thigh, turn and look over the other shoulder, reach back. The taller you sit, the more rotation you'll get. If you curl up in a ball, you won't be able to go as far. Face forward. Look at me. Let's roll those shoulders up, back, and around. Trying to scoot your shoulder blades down along your rib cage. Lace your fingers. If you can't lace your fingers, grab your wrists, push your hands forward, stretching in between the shoulder blades, but also getting a nice finger, wrist to forearm stretch. Let's do a stretch for the back of the arm because we did quite a bit of arm work. You'll bring your elbow across your body. You'll reach just above the elbow and kind of just pull. So you get kind of back of the shoulder, shoulder blade stretch. Any of the stretches that you're like, gee, I could really use another one, please do. I hope you're learning how to do some of the stretches so that they're easy to get to and your body can function better because you stay more limber and flexible. Good. Lace your fingers again. If you can't, grab your wrists, push your palms to the ceiling. Again, any of the arm movements that are hard to do sitting up, try them lying down in bed without a pillow. Hands behind your head. Elbows are back. Relax your arms. Drop one ear to one shoulder. Other ear to the other shoulder. Chin to your shoulder. We're going to do a half circle down across to the other shoulder. Alrighty. Our last activity, exercise for today is that listening head posture where we pull your chin back so it's as if your chin's on a shelf. You're going to pull it back. Bring your hands out. Reach around, give yourself a hug for a job very well done. Yeah. It just helps with postural alignment. You can try, let's do the other one. Try and bring your head back and reach back for your, like the headrest in your car. We don't realize how forward our heads get. And that can cause neck and shoulder pain. I want to thank you for your time, for your attention. You did a great job today. I hope you feel better. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.